What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? This is Bradley Blows, author of Euphoria Boats, based on author's true story. Audio scene 14, action. Mini. So how did y'all get there and back? Dan, get there? Well, we got quarter of the way there, maybe. When we got tired, I waved down River Coast Guard. They said they were bored anyway, so they were glad to take us back. Marcus's old girlfriend, Sarah, didn't even go the 5 miles. She left at first leave. Speaking about leaving, I feel like pulling a shift. See y'all later. We see the adjacent boat captain pass by our boat as he recognizes Dan. They both point to each other and claim at the same time, "I loved you in Wall Street." Dan jumps on the boat. The boat captain throws me a farewell Rubik's Cube like a baseball. Minnie. Brad, before this weekend, Copper Canyon was just a big article in National Geographic. Now that I have experienced it, I see it as a natural phenomenon that shouldn't be measured by how far physically you are from it, but measured by how much competent fun you have arrived at. I give you an F in geography, but I give you an A in psychology. Amen. Brad, smiling joyful tears with Minnie. Later, let me thank you to the full moon and back, honey. Tara. Todd took me scuba diving. We found a message in a bottle. Ursula. Unravel it. What does it read? Tara takes the cap off of the plastic Joe Cola bottle and unravels the piece of notebook paper and reads along with Minnie. Tara, Minnie. Bomb! Brad, calm, rhetorical. We are the bomb, aren't we? Ursula. Very funny, but what if they are serious? Brad, over CB radio. Tyrone, get your laptop ready to GPS a possible incoming. Tell Paul Todd to bring Life Vest so we can insert our legs into the armholes to sit and swim, keeping the CBs dry. Dog paddling incognito towards Jen's boat with me now. We pan out to take in the whole surface scene, equaling about 800 boats and 5,000 people, all crammed into Copper Canyon this Saturday afternoon of another usual Memorial weekend. Just underneath Copper Canyon surface water, we see pairs of bicycling legs protruding from armholes of many inverted bobbing water ski vests. Our group sitting in water ski vests were floating in a single file line between two boats now. The bobbing diaper floaters pulled their giant syringe-like toys out of the water and pushed the male ends into the female ends, ejecting thin fire hose bursts of water all over the group of girls in the bikini contest as a healthy diversion. Brad climbs aboard Jen's houseboat near her private room, spots an extra backstage pass, puts it on with Elva's sunglasses. Brad hears someone about to come out of the bathroom. He hides behind the door until he sees it's only Jen. Jen hears Minnie on the CB and of course is astonished about the whole ironic chain of events, especially now. Jen tells Tyrone over the CB the web address is for Glimpse, her record label. Tyrone finds that they are advertising to try and obtain consultants of religion, suicide, and medicine for an upcoming autobiographical musical movie. Tyrone. Alright, we're accessing the music icons. Minnie, reading Tyrone's screen. We've got Nin, 9 Inch Nails. Jen, that could be it. Nin has a song called Down in It. It goes, the needle's already in my eye and all the world's weight is on my back. Brad, continuing, and I don't even know why. That doesn't depict a suicide, just coping with misery. What else is there? Over? Roger. What's this A3? You don't dance to techno anymore? Paul. Roger that, good buddy. They're not a mainstream group, however. They had that song on G-Rock's calendar years ago. A3 sang the theme song to Sopranos. Not the theme song, the theme song. But a different song. Anyway. Brad, wait a minute, that's it. That song on the G-Rock calendar CD. She don't dance to techno anymore. That lyric goes, she took this funny little heart-shaped pill and just died right there in front of me. Jen, my agent has been trying to tempt me to party taking heart-shaped pills of ecstasy and GHB or whatever. Brad, don't take any, Jen. He's trying to get you to overdose. Minnie listening to this song. Play that again. Did you hear that song? Go on to singing. You say goodbye to Chicago. Detroit, say Lord, you let her go. Jen, your mother is from Chicago and your father is from Detroit. Aren't your father and mother sole beneficiaries of your last will and testament? Jen, not anymore. My agent is now. Minnie, isn't that enough proof for you? Now swim back to the boat with us. Jen, I have to do this. It's big for my career. Brad, Todd, and Paul swim back to their houseboat for Plan B. Todd, Jen is on a subconscious suicide mission, just like Bert. Let's say this Hollywood producer went to all this hassle to become a gazillionaire for setting up celebrity overdoses, and now Jen is next. Paul, why the heck would he risk it all pre-releasing the upcoming movie soundtrack with the lyric "You say goodbye to Chicago"? With Jen obviously recognizes as her agent marrying her just to get the money after she is to die on the very stage she refuses to get off of right this minute. Minnie, rapido, let's get her off the stage. Brad, this guy has ultimate power. He's bored. A part of him wants to get caught. Or at least play cops and robbers with a good old fashioned long arm of the law shootout boat chase. Jen goes on stage singing her new techno rave solo album. Meantime, Tyrone is ravaging the computer, hacking into some private files of Glimpse Records. Brad walkie talking. Jay, tell your boat crew to keep their eyes peeled for any snipers or weirdos just in case someone's trying to make us into a real blast. We don't want to be dead famous. Shane, tell your boat crew to keep their eyes peeled for any funny business on Jen's boat. Copy? Paul, if those people who wrote that bomb message were serious, then we're going to see the fight reaction, all right? All of a sudden, everything gets quiet. Todd drops to the deck from where he was standing. A water balloon bursts just near Todd's head on the upper deck's cabin. The houseboat and Arcanians scan the area for trying to discern between harmless water ballers and real foes while filling their own water balloons. Brandon, walkie-talking. Incoming, Jay, Shane, there are about 3 boats in front of you. We're setting up the water balloon launcher. Over. Jay, 10-4, same here. Shane just water bombed him. Back. He got him back. Not too hard, though. Your water bomber was one of the 4 girls playing around. 3 of the girls were getting ready to launch another balloon. Paul, let's go. Of the water balloon. Launching a big splash on the girls' legs, slowing their balloon releases. Mike and Cammy are about to. They're able to see the balloon coming and get out of the way after dropping their drinks into the drink. The water bomber ladies managed to drive their boat next to the Narconian houseboat. Brandon, keeping crew calm. We're not just fighters, we're lovers. And this is the Love Boat. Come aboard, ladies. Meanwhile, Jen is singing a surreal song that has the crowd captivated. All of a sudden, Gwen does the funky chicken and slumps to the floor due to some sort of apparent overdose. We notice a speedboat nearby with the ironic insignia above the twin jets that read "Die in Debt." Back at the Narconian houseboat, we see the water bomber ladies aboard. Brad, Paul, Todd, Jay, and Brandon Pickle jump on Jen's houseboat before the Coast Guard. They manage to revive her. The boat Diane is missing. They must have split during the decoy. Jen mumbling. My producer tried to get me to take a funny little heart-shaped pill. I told him no. I just wanted a drink. Coast Guard number 1. What did he give you? Jen. Captain Morgan and Coca-Cola. Brad. More like Coca-Cola, Captain Spike Hook, Mucho GHB. While we see a montage of the chain of events, we hear Tyrone voiceover. Bert's parents live in Chicago, and Jen's parents who live in Detroit are no longer beneficiaries. Jen indeed get married to a record producer, and now he was the sole beneficiary of her money. Mr. Ed Red, record producer, is also the owner of Mardi Gras Casino in Las Vegas. Jen reviving. Ed Red and his gang left to sell the rights to my movie. The tension of the scene was storming until Tara calms it. Tara turns on Jen's stereo. Let's not relax into statues, people. Now singing along with Jen. We like the cars that go boom. We're Tigra and Bunny, and we like the boom. We glimpse Brad and Minnie and the rest of their crew in a euphoric, sentimental thanks for the light-hearted break, and then reassesses the situation with more clarity. Cut back to Hotel California. We recognize the correctional officer as none other than our very own Dan the van driver. He lets Iron kick back in the solitary picture-in-a-picture TV janitor closet room with a Thanksgiving marathon of The Twilight Zone. Do-do-do-do. And the Three Stooges. Ooh, hey Mo, how long you had a week back? Oh, about a week back. Iron becomes conscious and begins tearing as his face turns bright red. Tears melt into beads of sweat, changing his face. Frown upside down. He starts laughing violently during wall push-ups. After a glimpse of a Thanksgiving commercial, we hear a sermon. Dr. Reverend Casey Price. I certainly don't hope you think God is running this world. If God is running this world, I definitely don't want to go to heaven. Because, like the old saying goes, why jump out of the frying pan into the fryer? At least I'm familiar with the frying pan. So why go into an area you're not aware of? No, God is running the church and Satan is running the earth system. And that's why it's so screwed up. If God were running this world, there wouldn't be anybody starving to death. Iron prays for deliverance that the blow up life size doll under the covers in his old bed that he is not in fools the security guard who is making sure the prisoners are in their cells before the doors closed on them. Correctional officer number 1, lights out now. Iron pushes Mother Earth for one last push up, then stands up tall, getting a sixth sense that Jesus Christ is going to rapture him up like a thief tonight. In 15 minutes, the power goes out, including all electricity in the guard towers and warden's room. Before any correctional officer gets hold of an alarm walkie-talkie or phone, they all slump to the floor from tear gas. The MPM all close in and take hold of the yard. First, the side chick opens Iron's gate and then frees the rest of the innocent prisoners. Iron hugs side chick and gathers his equipment. A tool belt equipped with night vision goggles, tear gas tranquilizer equipment, and to his surprise and amazement, his old shotgun. We see Iron resize up his crew. He didn't think MPM was going to let him kill the enemy that plagued him and so many. Iron checks to see if his old school shotgun is loaded, then smiles a wicked grin. Iron rejoins the MPM as they escape across the desert. Iron. We have housed and fed almost all of this year's 44,000 homeless American children, thus restoring faith in our future. However, the part of society that doesn't want us to be healed is now more desperate than ever to take us down. Like a fast rising star, they bet on us to fall. Leah, choosy sci-fi chick. Since the bad part of the society can't catch us, they had to find our weak spot of housing and feeding the homeless. They stuck money laundering to an innocent group, knowing that they could get us where they want us to try and trap us when we arrive to break them out. Eve Thimble. But they didn't think we were smart enough to stomp their trap and escape with the innocent. At the next high noon, Iron and the MPM were holding up the casino. Every one of the guards and pit bosses were held with tranquilizer guns to their heads. Ironically, the voyeur group vacationing with Jenna Moore entered the casino. Brad recognizes the Melting Pot Mafia's ringleader, Mr. Monopoly, is none other than his boot camp drill instructor, Master Gunnery Sergeant Guillotine Hammer. We hear MC Hammer song, oh, here comes the hammer. Hammer. Lance Corporal Blues, you must have tried the enchilada suizas in World War II. Guess whose name is actually Ed Red? Master Gunnery Sergeant Guillotine Hammer, you want to promote me now? After visiting the World War II twice, my wife makes the best green sauce. Anyway, that's a story for later. The evil record producer has a dual identity of someone we thought we once knew. Hammer. Iron will show you a hint. He's going to put him to sleep right now. Minnie. He's going to hypnotize him? Hammer. And then some. Iron. Cocking his shotgun. Shh. It's okay to be afraid sometime, ladies and gentlemen, but you only need to be a little afraid of yourselves. We see a grand office overleaf and caddy corner to the barred ship and money-changing casino bank. All of a sudden, the office mini blinds open and we recognize Luke Walker, horse pulling out a knife. Iron snatches it, holding it near horse's throat. Iron, insistent, throaty, demanding response. So you're a con man as well as a cutthroat? Horse. Look who's talking! Iron throws the knife to stick in the wall near the casino monitors, where Horse sees himself being broadcasted live on the news. Iron voiceover from television monitors with Horse, talking about him in third person. Ladies and gentlemen, the owner of this casino, Luke Walker, otherwise known as Ed Red Horse, extorted millions from his own record company through promoting Burt Blaine past Elvis as the newest, richest dead celebrity before and after he killed him. We hear the band Laid Back song lyrics turning up in the background and see Dog lip syncing. If you wanna ride, ride the white pony. If you wanna be rich, you have to be. We hear new song lyrics of equal volume in the background quickly fade into Atomic dog. Bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay. We see Dog continuing to lip sync. We see Shoe and Thimble dance while rooting him on. Holding up a sign to give credit to the owner of this song, George Clinton, for president. Dog DJ must have mixed these songs because we see him continue to flow flawlessly into the next lyrics. Beastie Boys. His name is Mr. Red. Uh-uh. We pan out to the foreground. Iron is now clenching Steve Ed Red's throat and quickly releases because he doesn't want to be beating a dead horse. Iron shakes Horse's head and revives him. Words on screen are rolling. Revelation 6 1 to 2. I watched as the Lamb opened up the first of the seven seals. Then I heard of the four living creatures say in a voice like thunder, "Come!" Verse 2, I looked, and there before me was a white horse. While the words of Revelation 6 1 to 2 remain on screen, we recognize the laid back band song title from Dog singing it, White Horse. The song lyrics continue to be whistled in the background, with almost everyone singing now with Dog. Don't ride the white horse. Music mixes to Curtis Blow's White Lines. Don't do it, baby. Everyone is singing along except for Horse. You fools, I could never back you in a corner you can't choose yourself out of. Therefore, you would never need to kill me in self-defense. Therefore, he who kills the devil becomes the devil. Iron. Only in those radical Shiite Muslim tabloids where you have been producing delusions of grandeur, God puts before you life, or do you choose death? Repent of what you have done. Iron puts the shotgun near Horse's mouth. Horse crying with repentant, hoarse voice. I not only set you up as an MPM ringleader in order to divert the real MPM into rescuing you while generating millions from my radical Shiite Muslim evil tabloid record company through having Burt Blaine killed and try to turn wife Jen into a patsy Jezebel. I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you mental bankers. Now let me place my treasures in heaven in God's time, as in the book of Matthew 6:20. Dog. God wants to show you a measure of mercy like King Ahab, the one belonging to Ahab who dies in the city the dogs will eat. 1 Kings 21:24. Meanwhile, we recognize X11 News reporter Jillian Barbary rushing over to the commotion like at the end of the movie Ocean's 13, where everyone is winning jackpots of coins and dollars. Jillian reads a casino uniformed name tag. X11 News reporter Jillian Barbary. Cheryl, can you tell everyone what just happened? Sheryl Crow, leaving Las Vegas. Instrumental plays. I was dealing blackjack at the time when all of a sudden I realized that some high rollers at the craps table showed me themselves as the Melting Pot Mafia. They must have just put their headset microphones on because the pit bosses wouldn't have allowed them to play with those on. So now they start making their demands for supporting the homeless, no doubt. Then the crowd gets restless, probably because of their positive post-hypnotic suggestions of letting go of resentment. X11 News reporter Jillian Barbary. Positive post-hypnotic suggestions of letting go of resentment? Somebody must be laundering drug money here, and the MPM are taking it to the homeless, right? Pit boss Roy. Working for that owner of the Mardi Gras. I always knew he was scum. Anyway, Jillian, sweetheart, the plot thickens. For a split second, we daydream of the front page story of tomorrow's newspaper. Everyone notices Ed Red on the monitors, and then all of a sudden we recognize Burt Blaine of the band Euphoria. Ed Red had him chained to a chair, picked up the full syringe of enough heroin to kill anyone. We see Burt fall into a coma. Burt was murdered. Ed Red showed his incompetence of medicine, yet fascination with making a lot of dirty money out of mischievously acting out Burt's lyrics. No, I don't have a gun. As the casino watched in horror of Horse, Luke Walker Ed Red wields the smoking gun amidst Burt Blaine's dead body. That $13 million for not playing in Lushapalooza no doubt would have remained in the hands of that deviant Shiite terrorist had it not been for the Melting Pot Mafia. The camera turns to Dog and Iron. Dog. Have gun will travel. Hay is for horses except for you. Iron throws Dog the shotgun, who raises it towards the crying hoarse voice of Ed Red's head and then lowers it to his private parts. Dog, you play the ballsy blame game and you become your shame, as in 2 Kings 9:36. This is the word of the Lord which he spoke by his servant Elijah the Tishbite, saying, in the property of Jezreel, the dog shall eat the flesh of Jezebel. This atomic dog is about to shoot your dung off, and you will turn into a Jezebel dung heap, not even fit for dogs to eat, let alone God, who will spit you out of heaven. Horse winces beads of sweat, listening to the squeeze of the trigger, realizing that it was only a bullet less click. In reality, he cries into first tearful time joyful tears. Dog doesn't stop Ed Red from getting up off the floor, then bowing down, mumbling and fondly praying for forgiveness from Jesus Christ. The MPM and the rest of the casino start clapping and cheering at the rage that Dog had let go of because he caught the bad guy, Ed red-handed. Just about everyone in the casino starts cheering and holding up money, and the lovely Thimble Eve and Iron Claudio gather the contributions while Brad recognizes them. Brad thinks about how he was just finishing his time to earn his honorable discharge at his last duty station, where the hat and the Thimble of Eve were paperwork colleagues of his, whose real names will go unnamed. Blues was recruited as the car, yet at the time he had a bad driving record. So this torch was passed up to Dan Vinici, otherwise known as Dan the Van Driver with the master plan. Marcus Rattler remained as the dog. All were comrades from either Blues' boot camp and or duty stations. Iron Claudio and Hat walked past Brad and handed him a note. Yet that's a story for a later time. The MPM exit the building. The rent-a-cops arrest Luke Walker, Ed Red Horse. The police have not made an appearance yet. Dissolved to MPM in their suburban vehicle. Dog, am I the only one who has a shotgun here? Didn't you think I was going to shoot him? Famous psychologist Erik Erikson said that us humans love drama. Yet what if someone had placed a real bullet in my gun, like on the set of Brandon Lee's movie The Crow? Iron, we all checked your gun, including you. The real question is, what if we actually rob banks where drug money is laundered and give it to the poor? Wouldn't we be bleeding heart liberals? Hat, you know, Frank Sinatra said it best when he said, the sweetest revenge is through massive success. Leah Shuzi sci-fi chick, appearing out of thin air, hugging Iron tighter this time. Now that's what I call a crude retribution, Carr. Actually convincing those white-collar criminal investment bankers to either face stiff jail time or trade the money to covenant houses to feed and educate the poor was radical. Now that the cat's out of the bag, the secondary gain from the MPMs thinking they were robbing when they were actually just acting in the bank's commercials was the greatest medicine of all, laughter. Laughter is the best medicine to manage those aches and pains such as arthritis, etc. Laugh out loud. This will be enough mental bank fuel to keep us going soberly one day at a time. Dog, I'm worried that all of society wants us to die a painful death to become martyrs to die via young glamour trash. Hired as dead role models generating billions of dollars. We'd be sold on TV, the big screen, and more. Hammer, if we have to be martyrs, so be it. Dog, see, that's the problem. Via gossip, you have sold us off as martyrs already, like Horse's tabloid. Cut the dish, wish, the bull.